How many people ever heard the saying in business that you get what you deserve? Yeah? Okay. That's not actually the truth. In business, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. There's a fellow by the name of Chester Karras who wrote that little saying, and I believe in it very strongly. So, we're going to talk about negotiations. And let me tell you this. Boy, oh boy, again, I've had well over maybe 20,000 people attend this program, and I get emails galore on this section about what happened for people, not just immediately, but over years. I use this technique, that technique, here's what happened. I'm going to say this right now. Whatever you paid for this course, you will save or make that times at least 10,000 times over the next, 5, 10, 20 years. Whatever you paid for this course, multiply by 10,000, that's what you're going to make or save for in the next 2 hours. Good or good? Is that worth it? Now, how would I know that? Well, A, me. And in fact, I would have to multiply that by 100,000 times. And B, lots of other students who always tell me, yes or yes. Otherwise, I would never say that. I mean, people say, Harv, you make bold statements. Well, I only make bold statements on things that I have a strong idea about. Trust me, I don't make bold statements on things I know nothing about. Does that make any sense at all? Same with you, yes? I mean, when you know something, you know it. When you don't know something, don't know it. You should shut up. All right? That's what I attempt to do. All right, are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. All right. Two big myths. Two big what? Yes. Number one, that negotiation is a talent that you are born with. Everybody go with this. Wrong, not true. Negotiations is a learnable skill. A learnable skill. What is it? All right, good, excellent. Next, second myth. To get what I want, I must be taking away something from somebody else. Everyone together, ready? That's not true. You have to realize in quality, what's the word? In quality negotiations, not crapola, which we don't even go near, every outcome for it to be a good negotiation must be, what's the words, please? One more time, twice as loud, please. It must be win-win. If it's not win-win, it's not a good negotiation, no matter what you came out with. Does that make sense? Are we all on the same team here, yes? Okay, thank you. All right, so believe it or not, everyone, what's the word? Everyone can win and feel good after a negotiation. And all that means is that you both parties got what they needed. Now, I'm going to give you a caveat. What's the word? Caveat before I teach this section. And that is that realize everything is perspective. Everything is what? And if something is not suitable for you and your style and your life, and it's not appropriate, just don't do it. Just don't use it. I'm just here to give you strategic options, techniques, methodology that works with human psychology. Now, if you think it's wrong to utilize human psychology with simply the study of the mind, then just plug your ears for the next couple of hours. Or just don't use something. You don't like it, you think it smells bad to you, don't use it. Understand? But there is a way of using everything I'm talking about in a way that is full integrity, always telling the truth. Does that make sense? There's ways of framing things whereby you're always telling the truth, even though the perception to the other person might be different than what you're saying. No, there's no big deal here. Like if I say to you, well, I'll give you an example when we go through it. Does that make sense at all? It's just a way you frame things. All right, I'll give you an example right now because we're talking about it. So I'm going to say something in a couple of minutes that says, listen, I'm really looking to manage my money well. I'm wondering if you can help me out. Is that okay? Is that okay? Any problems so far? Okay, good. Now, That doesn't mean that I have no money, but the perception to the other person might be that this person doesn't have too much money. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Yes? But I didn't say anything. I didn't say that. I just said I'm looking to man. Is that completely 1,000% true? Of course it is. So that's what I'd rather say versus I don't have any money, which isn't true. Understand? All right, good. Yes or yes? And don't worry about taking advantage of other people. Because if it doesn't work for them, most people are not stupid enough to do it with you. They're not going to go for it. People aren't dumb. If it doesn't work for them, they're not going to do it. Yes or yes? All right, good. I negotiate constantly. When do I negotiate? Constantly, every day, sometimes several times a day for large purchases, and I do it for fun. I enjoy doing it. Because as rich as you are, the millionaire mind, what mind? Respects his or her money and doesn't just throw it away. Yes or yes? Raise your hand if you ever watched Oprah Winfrey show. Oprah. So I don't know if you ever saw this one. I don't watch it very much, but this one I happened to see. And it was Oprah and Shania Twain. You know who she is? Two of the richest women on the freaking planet. You know Shania Twain is almost like, she's a $500 million herself. She is rich. Shania Twain, okay? Farm girl from, Canada somewhere. And no, she's amazing, right? But here's these two women who are richer than God, okay? I mean, wealthy, talking, bantering back and forth on how much money they saved on this purse. I went across the street and I got the green one. I could have got here, but I saved $9. I just have to go across the street. It was $9 less. And they're talking, oh yeah, I remember I got those shoes with those buckles. I saved $12 on these ones. And these girls could buy the store into, I'll take everything, and the store. I'll just buy the whole thing. Okay, get out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes or yes? And yet, they want to save money. They enjoy it. They don't want to overpay on anything. True or true? Raise your hand if you believe no matter what kind of financial situation is, you're not going to want to overpay. And if you can, you're going to want to save a few dollars. And as long as you save a few dollars and the other person still wins, anybody have a problem with that? Okay, so you're with me so far, yes? So don't be called, Harv, you're so rich. Why do you negotiate? Well, because I enjoy it, and B, I don't want to overpay, and C, I like saving money, and that's why I'm rich, for God's sakes. Yes or yes? Okay. And plus, I wasn't always rich. Neither was Oprah, and neither was Shania. And that's why people in our category, it's programmed. Does that make sense? Yes? All right. And in some cultures, it's completely programmed. In fact, if you don't negotiate, they don't even want to deal with you because you're a moron. Yes or yes? I'll tell you about some stories after. So I don't want to deal with you. You don't even know business. Get away from me. Right? All right, good. All right. Some top tactics for negotiations. Let's go. So the first technique, which is one of the most powerful, you'll see this later on, one of the most powerful techniques of all, comes directly from the Bible. What's it say, please? Ask. Ask and ye shall receive. In order to get what you want, you must do what? Ask for it. You know what? Other people, they're not mind readers, but they're willing to help you if you what? Ask for it. And also, it's very simple. If you don't ask, if you what? It's an automatic what? It's an automatic no. Say that to somebody, please. If you don't ask, it's an automatic no. And if it's an automatic no, then you both lose by default. Yes or yes? Because the transaction doesn't occur. So even if they would have made a little bit less than their normal profit, and you would have got it for a little better price, that doesn't work. Nobody does anything. Get it? All right. See, for me, I'd rather get a little better price if I'm buying, and I don't mind if they make a little bit less profit, so what? If it doesn't work for them, they won't do it. And if I'm on the other side, same thing. Yes or yes? Better to do a transaction than not a transaction if it's still win-win. Yes? Are you with me so far? All right, good. Raise your hand if you've ever, there's a band in the 60s and 70s by the name of Jethro Tull. Anybody ever remember that? Yes, all right. Aqualung, Locomotive Breath. Anybody yes? I kind of dating myself, but yeah, my dad used to listen to that. So, in Polish or something, I don't know. Anyways, one of my favorite bands, Ian Anderson, and so I'm in San Diego, and there was nobody home. My kids were at camp, and my wife at the time was going. She was visiting somewhere, I don't know. I was on my own. I'm driving back from the airport, and I'm driving by the stadium, and I see in concert tonight, Jethro Tull. And it's like 7:30, and the concert starts at 8 o'clock. And for one of the first times ever, I've got nothing going on because I'm just going to go home and relax. And I'm going, Jethro Tull, oh my God. So I veer the car off the exit, and I go in there, and I don't have tickets or anything, and I see a scalper in front, and he's got about 20 people beside him. And they're saying, how much is he? He goes, $50, $50. And everybody's just going, oh, $50, $50. And he's just getting these tickets here. And so I wait till everybody's gone. I say, how much are the tickets? And he goes, they're $50. I go, $50. I go, oh. I said, listen, and I use that line. I said, listen, I'm really right now just really trying to manage my money. Is there any way you could do it for $40? And he goes, no, how about 45? I go, I would love to, and I love Jethro Tull, and I'm sure they're great seats. Is there any way you might be able to do it for the 40? And you see the facial expressions with it, right? And he goes, well, you know what? It's getting late. Here's a ticket for 40. It's just like that, right? And then all these people are still around going, and I just go, see ya. Maybe I'm saying like 12 people just gave him $50, and I got it for 40. Now, again, not a big deal, but it's the lesson that counts. Yes or yes? All I did was what? That'll be, I guarantee, of all the tactics we learn, 75% of every tactic you have to use out there is this one. Just ask. Just ask. If they can do it, they'll help you. Yes or yes? All right, good or good? So, if you don't ask, it's no. And by the way, if they say no, what's the worst that happens? You're back to where you started. I could have gone, he goes, no way. I go, okay, here's 50. What do I lose? I can't lose anything. All right, please stand up for the declaration. I want you to stand up quickly on these. Show me some enthusiasm, and I'll show you some enthusiasm. Yes? All right, are you ready? Put your hand on your heart. I am willing to ask for a better deal.
I am willing to ask for a better deal.
Again, please.
I am willing to ask for a better deal.
One more time, twice as loud.
I am willing to ask for a better deal.
Turn to someone, give me a high five, and say, you have a girl of business mind.